Last time on Dragon Ball 4 Life.
Alright, saying that it's time to give the people what they want. 10 seconds, no context, recap, and
the tournament of power has concluded. Frieza's still insecure and got beef, so we found another brolic motherfucker named Broly. They befriended him, and you know what? Frieza lost in the end, got that ass whooped, and we about to enter into the new motherfucking arc. I was a little bit over, but you know.
Anime, we have your attention, please, and welcome to the debut episode of Dragon Ball 4 Life. We finally made it. Dragon Ball 4 Life, baby, where you come for the content, but you stay for the culture. As always, we are your hosts, the Fusion Dance Dons, aka the main gods. You heard me, main gods. I am Brogita, the prince of all sayings, Mr. Matty Ice, here with my counterpart, saying A. Smith himself, Mr. Troll Told Trav. Talk to the people, Trav. Anything you want to say to the beautiful lifers?
My hairline may still be intact, but loving Dragon Ball is a goddamn fact. It's the kid, Troll Told Trav, aka saying A. Smith. Okay? Because, like we said in the intro, in the trailer, this is like the first take of anime. So, and we start with Dragon Ball Super. But I'm gonna pass it back to you.
Absolutely, bro. Like my brother just said, we are here, first taking anime, giving you that barbershop talk for all things anime and manga, talking that shit on the ones and twos, like you've never thought that you'd be able to do before. But we just gonna get right into it. We're not even gonna play around. We just gonna get right into we just gonna skip the entrees and get right into the steak. So we going with Dragon Ball Super, like Trav did just note in the recap that we are starting after the conclusion of the Tournament of Power, as well as the Broly movie. If you haven't seen it, you're tripping. Go do that shit now, because we ain't going through it. It's out. Go watch it. So we are going to start with Dragon Ball Super Chapter 43, joining the Galactic Patrol. But we have just one bit of a caveat for this week, because this new arc, the Galactic Prisoner arc, actually did start in the back pages of the previous chapter, Chapter 42. And it pretty much was a kind of little quick lead up to what we got going on. Chapter starts off with Goku and Vegeta doing, you guessed it, not being good dads, not doing chores, not working.
Vegeta a good dad. We ain't gonna put him in the same category as Goku. He was about to not show up for the Tournament of Power because he needed to be there for the birth of his daughter, bro.
And Goku's just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I don't even know when Gohan and Goten were born.
We just you know, he just fast forward the pregnancy. He said, all right, yo, we gotta save the universe. Here you go.
How convenient would that have been, bro? if that was a real
right? You know the amount of women that would want that?
You say, yo, I need. He said, nah, I need you on my taxes this season. Boop.
And just to pick on real quick, you know, you were talking about at the end of chapter 42 where they begin this new arc. Well, for those that listen to the 10-second recap of the Broly movie, that's basically what that panel was at the end of the chapter. They just did a one still shot of Goku and Vegeta fighting Broly,
and it says some shit like, oh, our characters have been through something that have made them stronger.
Like, we just found a motherfucker that hasn't trained, he's just been fighting giant spiders, and he can go toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Like, come on now. Like,
Golden Frieza, everybody just cooking every single person on the planet. But we find Goku and Vegeta on the back pages of Chapter 42. You guessed it, training. Because, you know, that's all they do. You know, the plateaus, who knows? And we've had this conversation off mic before, Trav. Like, how strong is too strong? Like, at what point are they just like Omni-Man?
Right,
like, it's the cheat code. Like, what else is there left for y'all to do? But they're training in the hyperbolic time chamber of all places. Not the hyperbolic time chamber.
The gravity room. Yep.
The gravity room at Capsule Court, which, in my opinion, isn't really an adequate training spaces for like two god level fighters. Like Vegeta was blowing that joint up on the Dolo back on the Namek saga, like just in there. He's blowing with the like the blaster.
I mean, it does make sense too why Bulma is the richest. Well, the Briefs family is the richest family in the world, just because like if you're able to create technology that can hold Goku and Vegeta, yeah, you deserve to be rich as fuck.
You're absolutely right. So while in the gravity room, they get a call from Bulma saying like, "Yo, there's some shit going on at Hercule's crib. Y'all need to swing over there." And they just like, "Oh, well, I guess we're not doing nothing." Like, sure. Goku's just like, "Oh, some shit. That sounds like a fight." And I'm like, "Goku, who do you think? Who is you fighting on Earth? Like, what Earthlings are you fighting? That you
didn't sense their power levels at all. You just were like." Oh, so there's someone I can fight? No, dog. Like, just show up.
like chill. Like, yo, what if they had showed up and it was just like my man's like had a flat,
right?
Hey, there's like, yo, head over to Hercule. He needs you. Oh, fight? All right, bet. They're like, nah, bro. Like transmission blew.
He's the one homie in the group that's always on go at all times. Like you be talking like, yo, so my man at the bar over there, you know, he's supposed to give me whiskey ginger, but he gave me a vodka soda. Yo, you want me to fuck him up? No, bro. That's not what we talking about.
I just want to change my drink. That's all. Nah, that bartender, he's gonna die tonight.
Goku ready to fuck up every single bartender.
Yeah. So Goku and Vegeta head on over to Hercule's crib, and they see. Here's the part that blows my mind. They see the Galactic Patrol, which, if you guys remember Jocko, they're familiar with the Galactic Patrol, and Goku's immediate instinct again is like, "Oh, let's fight them." Like, let's not ask questions. Let's fight them, because what the Galactic Patrol actually is getting into is they have Boo on a kind of a dolly, sleeping Boo. It's kind of implied that he's been asleep since he fell asleep in the Tournament of Power. He just hasn't woken up yet, and they just got him on the dolly and they just wheeling him away. And Hercule's just like, "Hey, Hercule with the Hercule with the work kill, got the gat out," and he's just like, "Yo," he's like. He got the blicky with the sticky. He was just like, "Yo, put my mans down, or it's gonna be a problem." Post the gat out. You know, they dispatch of him real quick. Hercule's not putting in no.
But that's when we're introduced to Miris, because Goku steps in to try to, you know, like, "Yo, what are y'all doing? Why are you taking Boo away?" And then all of a sudden, Miris just pop, sneaks behind him.
Goku's only weakness.
Crazy. And then he gets Vegeta too. And Vegeta's like, "All right, this is bull different.
Yep.
This is bull different. Like how can you be moving like this when I just got Blue Evolution? My man over here got Ultra Instinct. What's going on?"
Absolutely. So Vegeta, being who Vegeta is, my guy, he senses that this guy, Agent Miris, who's a new character that's introduced, something ain't sitting kosher with him. He's just like, "Yo, this dude got the moves like Jagger." Yeah, I don't know. I know Goku's weakness is handguns, but
right.
That ain't my weakness. That's Goku's. He said, "I get busy with the work." He's like, "That's Goku who can't handle."
He said, "In the kitchen,
weapons.
going ham again."
So, look, you already know, whip it like a stir fry. So, they get knocked out. Set the tasers to stun. Thank God, get knocked out. They wake up on the ship. And they're like, "Hey, we got some problems. There's this crazy prisoner named Maro that broke out of prison, and he's just it's big problems if we don't get him back in." And Goku and Vegeta, more Goku than Vegeta, automatically think that they always can just solve their problem with these hands and feet and everything in between. And they're like, "Oh, that ain't no problem. We'll just go get him. Like, what did you need to kidnap Boo for?" And it's just like, hey, you know, because last time Maro was out like 1,000 years ago, he basically was running roughshod through the universe and nobody could stop him. The Galactic Patrol, back when they were still kind of like the Galactic State Troopers, they hadn't been elevated yet to, you know, high status. They was like, we couldn't do nothing. And they was just like, the only way that Maro got stopped is from a very familiar face, the God of gods.
So before you continue, I kind of want to then just kind of chronicleize. That's not even a word.
That's a word.
Nah,
it's a word. It's a word here.
When they get Boo, then that's when we enter into chapter 43. And in chapter 42, which is titled Joining the Galactic Patrol, it starts off with a flashback of the Grand Supreme Kai and the Southern Kai fighting Miras. Now, the thing I want to say that is cool about chapter 43 and also what we're seeing in the manga chapters now and moving forward is that we're starting to see a little bit more backstory about different events that have happened in the past, and then also just more lore that's been happening within Universe 7. And, we're going to drop a video about this later, but all of it still comes back to how fucking bad Supreme Kai was at his job. Like, if you notice, like, you had the Grand Supreme Kai, the Southern Kai, the West Kai, the East Kai. They fought against Majin Buu, the East and West Kai. They died in the battle. The Southern Kai got absorbed. So did Grand Supreme Kai. Now, I mentioned that, but this fight that happened between the Grand Supreme Kai and the Southern Kai, I believe, yes, it happened before they encountered Buu, because Buu had absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai and the Southern Kai. That's why the Grand Supreme Kai and Fat Buu have similarities. But
basically
exactly.
The same person.
So the first set of pages is this fight between Moro, also known as Moro the Planet Eater, and then you learn why as you progress through the panels. And they're fighting him, and then Grand Supreme Kai with a technique that, why doesn't Supreme Kai have any of this? But, Grand Supreme Kai is obviously the strongest of all the Kais, but, he's able to have a technique that basically nullifies all of Moro's magic, because he is just sucking the life out of all these different planets' paws and eating them.
Whoa.
And it's just becoming stronger and stronger, and it took almost nearly all of the Grand Supreme Kai's energy to nullify Moro's magic, where they were then able to capture him and thus imprison him. But they wanted to seal him away, but he was just way too strong. So they
couldn't. They said they couldn't kill him. They tried to execute him several times, and it wasn't.
And it's just
so like Trav was saying, they stole his powers.
It's so funny, because it's like you hear about all these. I mean, we're starting to learn about now. Obviously, Toriyama retcon, just pulling new ideas out of his ass, but that's how he worked. But it's just so funny that, like, when I just randomly think about this sometimes when Supreme Kai first met the Earthlings, like Goku, Gohan, and all them, and it's just like so shocked with their power, and it's just like, bro, like, about like dudes like Moro, Majin Buu, who are at the time before you met these Earthlings, are much stronger than them. So, like, you should really, like, kind of have an idea and a grasp on the universe and these mortals that are fucking strong as hell. But anyways, I digress. But
no, that's right. And even in just this kind of mini interaction between Grand Supreme Kai and Southern Kai, like I said, Moro was wreaking havoc for thousands of years, just over the whole universe, and the two of them were able to subdue him. Like Trav did say, it took all of Grand Supreme Kai's power to do it, which kind of was a layup for why Buu was kind of able to get the best of them when he showed up, because it pretty much zapped all his magical ability. Another cool thing that you're going to kind of pick up in this chapter is, I know they've done like magic with Bobbity and stuff like that, but Moro's power, which we'll get into more in later chapters with his World Eater nickname, it's a different type of magic that we've never seen in Dragon Ball Z. And I implore you guys, if you are anime fans and have yet to get into the manga, and that's why we're here, I implore y'all to look up what Moro looks like, because he is definitely one of the most well-drawn characters in Dragon Ball Z, in my opinion, and the fact that he just doesn't look like anything that we've ever seen on this show. He shows up with his Yeezy Season 5 trench coat, his parka, his Yeezy Season 5 parka is lit.
his drip was definitely inspired by Ye. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
So when that flashback ends, that's when you fast forward to present time, where they're explaining, okay, so this guy you talk about, Moro, he's escaped. Okay, why do you need Buu? Because they need to extract the Grand Supreme Kai, because he was the only one that was able to. Yeah. But, obviously, of course, we all know when Boo's asleep, he slumped. Like, you
slumped guy.
They say he might not ski master slump god. Like he might not wake up for days. So it's this chapter had a lot of dialogue, which was a good change of pace because we just came off of the tournament of power in the manga, which by the way
all the syllables
was rushed like crazy. Anyway, it's a different topic.
Little foreshadowing. We'll get to that too.
Yeah, so it's basically a lot of dialogue with Miris and Jaco explaining the situation to Goku Vegeta, and then also enlisting them temporarily as Galactic Patrol members. Obviously, they try to get them with the new outfits, and Goku and Vegeta like, nah, that ain't my twist.
Yes.
So they just gave them the Galactic Patrol symbol on their outfits. Goku meets the Galactic Patrol King, grabs his meat once again, because Goku is Goku,
No,
but,
hold on, Trav. You downplayed this, Trav. So when you say grabbed his meat again, the Galactic Patrol King and Goku have had interactions before in the past, in which Goku's done that, and he's told him basically, "Hey, yo, man, that's my gat." Like,
get the gat.
That's not my hand. And then Goku goes for the same dick grab again. But if
he's trying to feel something.
But if we go back to old school Dragon Ball lore, we know Goku has a habit of patting genitals to make sure if you're a guy or a girl. Right. It's kind of his twist.
So so in the chapter though, after they explain to Goku and Vegeta the situation, Vegeta's still having his doubts, his concerns.
He's being Vegeta.
Let me actually pull it back. Maybe not concerns. He's just trying to figure out, like, he's still shook that Miris got him.
Yeah.
Like,
no, facts.
This is like as if like it was like Game 7, Sixers Raptors. You still thinking how the fuck Kawhi made that shot? That was Vegeta. He's like, yo, how do you get me from behind?
Yo, it's funny.
Like, how do you do that?
It's funny you say that, Chad, because like dead ass, like you were saying, like the next couple of pages after the flashback is like a lot of exposition talk between Miris, Galactic Patrol, Galactic King, Goku grabbing dicks. Like literally that whole couple 4, 5, 6 panels, Vegeta's just legit in his head like, hey yo, how did my man get me like that?
He's sick.
he ain't participating in the conversation, nothing. He's just on the side. It's like, nah, this ain't it. my man's over 9,000. I just know it. I just know it in my heart of hearts. But
luckily, just in time, Miris gets a call that there's some bandits trying to steal some. What is it called? Let me even look up what is that.
I'm about to say saying A Smith with the analytics. Pull it up. You the master with the names, brother.
Listen, so it looks like these bandits are trying to steal blue or rum. I don't know what that is, but this was a good opportunity.
Space rocks.
Yeah, space rocks. It's space vibranium. So it's actually Goku. He just asked like, what is it? And it's a fuel source for all sorts of machines. Like on How Earth, you've got Sky Gold.
I guess
that's what Jaco said.
Yeah,
Jaco don't know shit either.
There's Universe 7 gasoline, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Petrol if you're in the UK.
So Goku and Vegeta join Miris and company for this arrest. And Miris once again is able to show off his tactics. And what is cool about it, which I like, is that we're once again seeing new planets, new areas of Universe 7, where it's just like everything was always just focused on Earth and Namek. Yep. Where we're just like, yo, these can't be the only 2 planets in the universe. We knew that, but it's just dope that in these like early chapters, and that are like building up the story, we're seeing more of the universe. Now, granted, we've all been asking for the Z fighters to travel to other universes, but until that happens, at least we get to see more aspects of Universe 7 outside of Earth and Namek.
Absolutely.
And so, they're able to stop these bandits, but Goku steps in and helps. And once again, Vegeta's watching Miris closely. Mm-hmm. He saw that Miris had basically dismantled the train or whatever you want to call it.
Their airship that they were getting away in.
Yeah, that they were getting away in. And Vegeta didn't even notice him do that. He was just like, oh, hold on. He, 1, didn't need Goku's help. But 2, he was able to dismantle their spaceship, so they weren't even going to get away in the first place. So it just even furthers Vegeta's suspicion, where he's just like, this boy's different.
Yeah, and it's a pretty cool train chase that we're not gonna be able to do justice just kind of verbally communicating that to y'all, but it's pretty dope. And like Trav was saying, their plan B after the train gets kind of stopped is they hop in pretty much like a helicopter, and Goku, wanting to be Goku, he's like, hey, you know what? I'm a cook. I'm gonna get involved. I'm gonna help. And he tries to stop, and he does actually stop the plane. But when he shouts back down to Maris, like Trav said, it's like, yo, got the plane. Maris don't even bring attention to the fact that he already handled everything. He just is like, oh, good luck, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And
he's like, oh, all right, thanks.
yeah, and Vegeta peeps that he basically has like the engine from the plane in his hand, like on the sneak tip. And he lets Goku carry it. He's like, you know, my man's happy that he got the help. He's just like, I'll let him have that. So these pirates, of course, they're named after food. I think they're like brands of pasta. It was like linguine and Alfredo, some shit, whatever. I'm sure Trav saying, "Hey Smith, you'll get the names on the back end one of these times." But they they arrest them. They take them back to the HQ and they put them in the celly, and they pretty much kind of go on about the conversation about Morrow again. Just pretty much just like, what's the game plan? What happened? So coincidence, plot protection. Let's call it what it really is, plot protection. The guys that they captured actually kind of have some information that's useful to them. They had kind of heard about the breakout at the prison where Morrow was staged, and they was just like, hey, you guessed it, Frieza's guys escaped too. Because Frieza's soldiers and everything Frieza, it all comes up Frieza. Even when Frieza ain't involved, Frieza's involved and everything. So they kind of get a beat of information, and they kind of go more into that on the next chapter. But Goku's just like, you know what? I've heard enough. I want to spin. Let Booby spin. Let's try to find him, because the Galactic Patrol, they have no idea where Morrow is. But go ahead, Trav. What are we going to say?
Well, they get a tip at the very end that they've actually spotted Morrow's location, and then that's when Goku, uses his ability to sense where Morrow is located, and the chapter concludes with him spotting Morrow, and then we get a reveal for what Morrow looks like without his cloak on.
Without the Yeezy Season 5 poncho.
I'm saying.
And the crazy thing, it kind of ends on a crazy note, because we've been sensing power levels for forever. That's not new. That's since the beginning of Dragon Ball Z and whatnot. That's always been a thing that the Z fighters have been able to do. But what the plot twist was when Goku goes to sense Morrow actually peeps it, and like he looks back at Goku. He's like, you rang? Like, what's good?
He said, come fuck with me, dog.
Yeah, get this work. Get these horns, bro. I heard you be grabbing dick. Grab these horns, bro.
Said, you horny, boy?
He said, I got that Easy Season 5 for you.
So I gotta ask you now. Now that we concluded the chapter. So one thing on Dragon Ball for Life at the end of each review, we'll make sure to ask each one of us, out of 7 Dragon Balls,
7 stars,
what are you gonna give this chapter?
As a debut chapter, in the introduction and like you said, some world building, I'm gonna give this a 5. So we didn't get too much action. But like you did say, Trav, I love the fact that they're finally starting to branch out into different parts of Universe 7, because it's not just Earth. It's not just that galaxy, whether that be the Milky Way or the Snickers. I don't know what their Earth is. Who knows? But,
right.
Double entendre, don't ask me how. But yeah, so just the world building, having mirrors show up, because, we obviously know what happened. So until we catch up, me and Trav aren't going to be douchebags and, what do you think's going to happen next week? Because we already know. So,
right.
We're not going to be those guys. But yeah, I would give it 5 out of 7, bro. What you giving it?
So I'm probably going to give it, and this is like, I'm just saying this out of it was very much a chapter that's just building up for things. So I'm gonna give it a 4-star. Okay. 4 stars. And when I said, and y'all might think like, 4 out of 7, that's bad. Nah, it's not bad. It was cool. It was a cool chapter. The main reason that drove like the 4 was just, the positives, or like you said, the world building. We were able to see a little bit more of the universe. But I think for me, when at least I'm speaking from when I initially read it, it kind of came off as just like a little bit random, where it's just like, okay, we get it, you wanna bring in Boo, but then like, yo, we just bring Goku and Vegeta. We get it, it's the Goku and Vegeta show. But just like kind of how like it jumped right into it was just, I was like, okay, all right, but I did appreciate, it not being focused on Goku and Vegeta and introducing characters such as Miras, Moro, giving us the flashback of the Grand Supreme Kai and the Southern Kai fight in Moro. And I just think that Toriyama and Toritaro should continue to, provide additional background on things that have happened in the past, because that's one thing that us fans really love and appreciate, because we come up with all these fan theories and we come up with all these different fan fiction stories where it's kind of cool to see these other powerful beings that once existed in Universe 7 before it was just, at least the storyline was dominated by the Z Fighters and those who they encounter.
Yeah, if Toriyama's good for anything, it's a time skip. He loves himself a good time skip.
He loves a time skip, but he doesn't like growing Goten in trucks.
Look, bro, we'll obviously touch it as we get closer to the movie, but there is rumored that they are showing up as teenagers finally.
When I was listening to I was watching Geekdom 101's video, and on I think the Dragon Ball superhero like official website, where they have all like the character profiles, and before, when they had the Broly movie, they had like the Gogeta silhouette like kind of blacked out, and then it was revealed to be Gogeta.
And there's two spots on the new one, right?
Yeah. So people are speculating that could be the teen Goten and Trunks, which would make sense because the fans have been waiting for that moment. So
yeah, absolutely. I know they were saying somebody, not even somebody, the internet. I just created a person. So they had pointed out that logic and timeline wise, the Dragon Ball Black arc, Dragon Ball Super Goku Black arc, Trunks and Goten should already be teenagers in that time frame.
Yeah, they said Trunks technically should have resembled what he looked like in the future Trunks special.
Yep. Yeah, when he was when he had the tight ass baseball shirt on.
Yeah, right, and he was getting fucked up on the Ferris wheel.
Yo, he got his ass whooped that whole movie.
18 smacked his ass around like he was just a little ragdoll.
Yo, for that to have been like his movie, like History of Trunks, he got his ass whooped that whole movie.
Yo, his whole life sucks, man. He lost the whole damn universe.
Yeah. Like everybody.
Nah, you know what? No, that's another. I got a lot to say about that ending. I got a lot to say about the ending. But you know what? Please, sir, take us away as we conclude our debut episode, dog, of Dragon Ball for Life.
So
Let's get it going,
that was
bro.
Chapter 43, just the first of many. We're gonna do this every week for you guys, and like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. I ain't even gonna do it. You already know what to do. It'll be in the description somewhere. But yeah, we have been brought to you by the beautiful people at Fandom Spotlight. Both of them. We was brought to you by both of them. But we just want you to know, lifers, whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So follow your fandom right back here, and we'll see you next time on Dragon Ball 4 Life. Shout out to super producer Mikey.
Get her out.